Nice.
Okay. Tell me if anyone actually joins, though.
Okay.
By the way, is this going to be a video afterward? Tell me if anyone actually joins, though.
Okay. Okay, your mic quality is like so much better now. I can actually hear what you're saying. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on Streamlabs and take this. What have I done? Stop. No. Ah. E. Ah. Wait. Live. Oh, yeah.
You're live.
Okay, I fixed it. Wait. There we go. So. Yeah. We're gonna... I guess we're gonna start, aren't we? What should my name be on the game?
Ooh, I don't know. Yes?
Um... I'm trying to think. We're gonna do... We'll just do AV. There. That works.
That's easy.
Oh, I have to read the dialogue, don't I?
Let's go.
No, that's gonna suck. That's actually gonna suck. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, you already kind of signed yourself up for it, so.
I mean, I don't have to read the dialogue.
Then what's the point of playing the game if you're not going to do the dialogue?
Listen, just because you like to listen to me speak doesn't mean I have to read the dialogue, Jeremiah.
I have to read the dialogue. It's like a very integral part of the game.
Whatever. This is gonna be terrible.
Oh, you should do voices as well.
No, we're not doing that.
Do your voices.
No, why?
It'd be awesome.
What if I don't know who's speaking? Then how am I supposed to make a voice? What if I give it like a manly, burly voice and it turns out to be a 7-year-old?
Well, then that's a very manly 7-year-old.
I'm dying. I'm coughing into the microphone. Okay.
Please don't die.
Hey! Ugh. I see an annoying girl. Oh, oops. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh. Yeah, okay. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl was Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. This is, you know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Relatable. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sighed and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Do I have to make the dumb noises they make? They make anime noises, but in text form, and I don't like that.
They make anime noises? Yes, you have to make the anime noises.
No, I'm not doing that.
Do it.
No.
Why?
Go drink some water. Okay. Go drink some water. That. I overslept again. But I caught up to you this time. Oh. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop here and wait for you. I can't read. Ew. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's me and Avi.
Sounds familiar.
Well, well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me, after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Squiggly line. Whatever you say, Sayori. Ew. This is cringe. I regret making this decision. I should have played, like, Baldi's Basics or something stupid.
Well, too late now.
Isn't this Sayori the one who ends up, like, hanging herself?
What? What are you talking about? I
Or
don't
is
know what
that
you're saying.
the other one? Is it Natsuki? I think, maybe? I don't know. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Avi, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, and one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Wow, you're so different from everyone else. Games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Am I that sad and lonely and pathetic?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What is a NEET?
I looked it up. I still don't really know.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Hey, this is just like real life me. I do everything for other people. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! You should hang yourself now.
Why are you being so mean?
Because I don't like her attitude. She's like pushing me to be a better person, and that's kind of gross. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. By the way, these anime characters' heads are, like, fat.
Yeah, that's the thing about anime characters.
Because, like, your hand is supposed to be the size of your face, and their hand is, like, a fourth of their face.
Yeah.
The second day, the school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Relatable. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Ew. Why? Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. You meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yeah, let's go. I don't want to go. This voice acting is making me sleepy.
That doesn't make much sense.
It's not supposed to. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly? Is that a word?
I would assume so if it's being said.
I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. That is Yuri.
Who's that?
Yuri.
Ooh, that's great.
That's terrible.
It's terrible. I love it.
Sayori always says nice things about you. That's... Oh my god, the pick-me girl is here. Why are their hair and eyes the same color? That doesn't make sense.
Who's the pick-me girl?
Natsuki.
Huh.
She's also flat. Like, she has nothing. No offense, but that's rude.
Why are you saying no offense? It's a fictional character.
Because I feel guilty. I feel guilty. Seriously? You brought a boy? That's grody. Man. Way to kill the atmosphere. Wow. Alright. What voice should we give Monica?
I don't know. I'm sure you can come up with a good one.
Ah, Avi, what a nice surprise. That's terrible.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, I that's what I imagined her sounding like, honestly. She seems like she would sound gross.
You think that her voice causes physical pain in my ear?
Yes.
Monica's supposed to be like this great, like, out of your league person.
Yuri's better. You can't convince me otherwise.
Well, I fully agree, but...
I'll find a better voice. Welcome to the club. There. She sounds like a rich aristocrat.
That's so great.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Now, I think they should have substituted cute for incredibly attractive women, but, you know, whatever. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry, there. I had to add the stutter.
You stutter? Why?
Because the dialogue called for it.
Oh, I see.
Natsuki. Oh, sorry. Natsuki. She's gonna sound like Fluttershy from My Little Pony. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. She's a woman. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. I'm terrible at this, Jeremy.
You were amazing at this.
The sarcasm,
You're so good at this.
The sarcasm in your voice is great. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have had a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again. I can't think of a voice that does her justice.
Yuri?
Monica. I feel bad because I'm not doing her justice at all. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league.
I'll take away the athletic and it reminds me of you.
Really? So,
What?
having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Avi. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Quite the dude.
Then how about I make some tea as well? Okay, listen, the thing is I don't know how to make anime girl voices, because, like, my voice goes really high, but then it starts to sound squeaky and annoying. So... It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse! No, I should give Monica Mickey's voice! Yes, that's genius! The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been whitened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Awoo! Why did they make that noise? Wait. How
you said awoo?
Okay. U-W-O-O-O-O-A-H. Ooh-ah? Ooh-ah? Yeah, that. Ooh-ah. I don't know. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh, I forgot. The music is off. That's why it's so quiet.
Oh, yeah. Music's kind of important in that game.
Oops, my bad. Sorry, guys. It's terrible. Wait, I'm gonna check the stream. Oh, there's two people watching it. It's Ham. It's Ham.
Ham?
Yeah, it's Ham's watching.
I am.
Okay. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little white cats. Or little cats. Jeez. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Oh, God.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sari grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sari talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around with my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet.
Everyone knows if you eat cupcake, you just gotta shove the whole thing in your mouth.
Or you can do that weird sandwich thing where you put the top on the bottom on the top, so it's like a sandwich, you know?
That also works.
I can't help but notice her stinking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Stupid. What? Isn't she supposed to be like the tsundere thing? That's like...
Oh, where, like, it's like, oh, I don't care about you.
Yeah, and they're always like, you sussy baka, you know, like, which is idiot in Japanese, I think.
I mean, take away sussy, I'm pretty sure baka is just idiot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's idiot.
You suspicious idiot.
Yeah. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I forgot to read a part. Oops, my bad. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know. But not for, you know, you, dummy. Shut up. I'll slap you. Go back to the kitchen and make me some sandwiches. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. I think Monika's jealous of Yuri because Yuri's hot and Monika's not.
I think that Monika's supposed to be the hot one, but she's just not.
She's just not. Like, she's not, okay. Yeah. That's not... Insulted. Yuri looks away. Oh, poor her. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Oh, I believe you. Sorry, that was my line. I get confused. The names are stupid. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club?
Oh my god.
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... No. What do you want? What do you want, Bowen? God, I can't with that kid. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Uh-oh, she's Dr. Gray's little pet. It's terrible. Aha, well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing around about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for the events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika's a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. See, Yuri knows what she's doing. She's quiet, she can keep her mouth shut, and she's great.
I mean, Yuri's just the goat for the game.
For real. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah.
Oh, I assume that we're gonna try and woo the favorite, right?
What?
You're supposed to like woo the ones that you choose. I assume we're wooing Yuri.
Yeah, probably. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these three. They all look the same. Like, Monika and Yuri have the same base. Yuri just has bigger... and she's taller. And then Natsuki and what's-her-face, Sayori, are flat and have pink hair. I don't know.
Half of your description of their character is just boobs.
I mean... It seems like it's a pretty important part, considering the fact that the majority of the poses that their stills are in are, like, making their boobs stick out as far as they can.
Fair enough.
Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Amy, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? Ugh! I hate my character. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels, but that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh, she's like Dungeons and Dragons. Let's go. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. I can appreciate her opinions. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid, yet the moment I walked in... since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious that the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Oh. I desperately grasp something I can't relate to at the minimal level. My man is lonely and sad.
You think?
At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of this scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Oh, sorry, I didn't read that. Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Squiggly line. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Oh, they're lesbians. Let's go. Sayori's... What?
Good for you, not seeing as how you're a woman.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just some confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? The Mickey Mouse voice is getting hard to maintain. Oh my god. Freaking Ham said, hot woman? Where's the men in the chat? God. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of our club. Of the club. My bad. Isn't that right, Avy? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Please perish in a fire. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I boldly come forth and say what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Oh, all of the women are sad. How depressing. Too bad you don't have rights. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought. Avy. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if I write poems and it's the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful women, these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Avy, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Avy, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! I think I'm sick, Jeremy.
You're sick?
I think I might be sick.
That's not good.
I don't know. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after the school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yuri. Alright.
Hurry.
I'll just need to make
Her
what?
poem's very intellectual.
She is. She seems like she would be. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh god, I have to actually write a poem. That's scary.
Kind of. You got this. Just remember, all the intellectual stuff.
Okay. Agonizing. Frightening. What is heaven sent? Oh, it looked like it would be something else. Heaven sent. Eternity. Suicide. God. Oh, we're already getting some. Essence. Unending. Misfortune. Promise. Intellectual. Incapable. How many of these do I have to do? God.
Quite a few.
What does atone mean?
Like you do something bad, you atone for it. Like you make up for it.
Oh. Disarray, contamination. Does it actually make a poem out of these?
No, it doesn't. It just, like, you notice how whenever you pick one, like one of the little icons, like, bounces?
Oh.
As long as you get Yuri, we're good.
I think I got Sayori for the most part, which is kind of depressing.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Hi again, Avi. I'm not gonna be able to do the Mickey Mouse voice. I can't. Glad to see you
Okay.
didn't run away on us. Because, like, when you get to the more serious parts of the game, me doing Mickey Mouse for Monica is gonna be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be completely out of place.
Yeah, it is.
Totally.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know
worry.
how much I actually know. But yeah, that's gonna be awful if you still are doing Mickey then.
This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Avi. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you. Oh, I'd commit to anything for you, Yuri. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways,
You're such a simp.
maybe what are you gonna do about it?
You got jealous.
What?
Kind of jealous.
I'm sure you are. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come here just to hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ugh. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is a literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Avi always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. I'm not a man.
Oh, in this game you are.
I'm going to change it. She helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Oh, I'm sorry. I can fix that for you. My bad. How come? You and Avi... What?
Yuri's getting jealous.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy. How come? Or how come you and Avi can become good friends too? Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. I hate the stupid dialogue! What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I'll look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse on the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you come to have two copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just so happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Oh, there's an obvious-looking eye symbol on the front cover. God, Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it's going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Haha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Amy? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of books, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. Me and Yuri are the same person, for real. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in it. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, You said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get to the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had and put it into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah! Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh! Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... God. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a bit longer. It takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue to read the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Ooh. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Avi, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know that you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. That's just, you don't... I guess I'm more meant to, that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri excels, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Oh, I'm tired. My head hurts. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. I'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their own bags. I did the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What's that? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment. That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I've just been, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. What?
You're great.
I'm terrible at reading.
You're great at this.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. Oh god. Jeez.
Voice died.
There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, me, or just Natsuki. You mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this group supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past, the light flickers. I flicker back. Dang. Spooky.
I think.
What?
I said that's deep, or it's not. Really, no, I'm not a...
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something that was a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Avi. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Avi. Me too. I'm gonna save. Because,
are you done for now?
Yeah, because my head is pounding, and I'm having a hard time.